Hey, cheers. This is a blood orange spindrift mixed with gin. It is so good. So even though I'm not in my own space, I think I managed to bring almost everything that I want to feature for the Sephora sale. So all the details about the Sephora sale are going to be linked down below in the description box, along with everything else I'm talking about here today. I always like to let you guys know that those are affiliate links, and if you shop through my links, it really helps to support my channel, so I thank you guys in advance. If you are new here, hello, my name is Kate. I'm an exclusively pro-choice influencer, and that means that I only feature products from brands that are in support of abortion rights. So anything I talk about on my channel at any point, you can be assured that is coming from a brand that has spoken out about abortion rights. And if you want to check out my pro-choice beauty brand list, that can be found in one of two places: on my Instagram as a pinned post and on my YouTube community tab. Okay, so let's just get going. We've got a lot of stuff to get through, but I will say I like to keep my Sephora lists really trim for you guys. I like to feature like my tippy top favorite products just to make it a little bit easier for you, because I know everyone is putting out Sephora sale videos and there's so many products, it's like overwhelming. Okay, so first we're gonna start with skincare. And in terms of skincare, there are only a few brands from Sephora that I'm gonna recommend to you today. The first of which is arguably my most favorite and most used skincare brand of all time, and that is Dew Skin. So literally I'm gonna recommend every single product in their line. There is not one product that Dew makes that I do not use and swear by. Another thing I love about this brand is they are not afraid to speak out about the issues that matter. Charlotte Palomino is one of the CEOs of Dew Skin. She's like my skincare queen. Like, she's who I go to when I want to learn about skincare, review something maybe I don't understand. She is so smart. I highly recommend you follow her on Instagram. I've truly learned so much. So I'm gonna quickly take you through all of the Dew products. First, I'm gonna start with their Deliverance Trinity Serum. I try to never be without this serum. And I'm just gonna read the back of the bottle because that's another thing I love about this brand. They are super transparent and they put everything right there for you so you don't have to go searching. So Deliverance addresses 3 primary skin concerns: irritation, the appearance of fine lines, and tone. Our clinically studied cannabinoid complex soothes irritation. A water lily complex further calms skin. A blend of clinically studied peptides target firmness and the appearance of fine lines. And finally, niacinamide evens tone and texture. I cannot recommend Dew enough to just like anyone across the board, but especially if you have sensitive skin, this is a fabulous brand for you. It is all about barrier building skincare. It's super simple, but super effective ingredients. And in terms of hydrating skincare, I really feel like if you only purchased the Dew products, you would be set. I realize that I don't have my Dew cleanser here, but I do want to mention this is one of their newest releases. This is their Baptism Cleanser. This is one of my top gentle cleansers. It's a gel cleanser. It's gentle foaming. Moving on to their Oracle Reviving Eye Gel. This has glycerin, algae polysaccharide complex, renewable algae complex, and palmitoyl tripeptides in it. This is fabulous, and it's especially fabulous if you use it with their reusable eye masks. Like, if you want to look like you have the under eyes of an actual infant, do that combo. I actually just ran out of this product. This is the Dew Air Angel, and this is a lighter version of the next product I'm going to talk about, which is their Rich Cream. So this is a lighter version of the Instant Angel. I love this product not just as a skincare product, but because it also sets gorgeously underneath makeup. This is one of my favorite primers to use underneath like a luminous foundation. This is a perfect product because yes, it is super light, but it is so hydrating, and it is a soft matte finish. And I want to explain that because I think that confuses a lot of people. They think that matte is going to be like dry and like not hydrating. That's not what this means. This means that this just doesn't have an extra dewy finish to it as compared to something like the Dew Instant Angel, which is super thick and creamy and dewy and rich. That's all I mean when I say this is a soft matte skincare product. Also a great product if you have oily skin. Summer is coming up. This is a fantastic light moisturizer. This is definitely my favorite light moisturizer. I'm not like like a big light moisturizer fan because I'm pretty much over here like glazing it up like a ham at all times. But when I do go for a light moisturizer, this is what I turn to. And then I have to finish talking about Dew with my most used face cream of all time. This is the Dew Instant Angel. Just run, do not walk on this product. It is such a thick, rich, beautiful face cream. And anytime you feel like your skin is just not quite where you want it to be, just go in with the Dew Instant Angel. It is so healing, it is so beautiful, and I use this year round. Like in the summertime, I probably might use something in the day that's a little bit lighter, like the Air Angel, but at night, year round, I'm going in with my Dew Instant Angel. Okay, so moving on from Dew, and I wanna mention one of my favorite Merit products. This is the Merit Great Skin Instant Glow Serum. Now I'm gonna preface the Merit products by saying, I have my own collection on the Merit website, and it is an evergreen 15% off. So it might be worth it for you guys to check that out, especially if you're not like keen on the Sephora sale, maybe you only get 10% off, might be worth it for you. But I am going to mention Merit products in this video as well because it is one of my favorite brands available at Sephora. I was gonna use my Air Angel today because I am wearing a very luminous foundation, but I ran out, as you know. So I use the Merit Instant Glow Serum, and again, this is just one of those primers that never does me wrong. This is a really unique formula because it's something between a facial serum and a facial oil. There's really no formula quite like this, and I always like to remind people when I prime my skin before I put makeup on, I put that makeup on when that primer is damp, wet, I dare say. I have had a lot of people tell me that that tip has really helped them in terms of their makeup application. So when you use something like the Merit Instant Glow Serum, don't be afraid to, let's say you're wearing the, Merit Minimalist stick. Go right over this serum with that stick, and it will just glide on and give you the most beautiful application. And I mentioned my collection because this is a product that is available in my collection currently. Okay, next, moving on to a brand that I have fallen in love with, especially in the last couple years because they just keep coming out with beautiful skincare products, and that is In Beauty Projects. So I first fell in love with In Beauty because of their face glaze, which is one of the most beautiful glowy primers. And within the last year or so, they've come out with this incredible moisturizer. It's called Extreme Cream. So this is a firming and lifting moisturizer. It gives you visibly firmer, lifted, and smoother skin. It is infused with plant-based bioretinol, peptides, and 3 times ceramide complex. This is a luxurious moisturizer that leaves skin instantly nourished, glossy, and glowing while visibly lifting, firming, and smoothing lines and wrinkles. And this is also a really unique formula because it's basically kind of a cream, kind of an oil. So it definitely looks like a cream, but when you put it on your skin, it absorbs so quickly while still leaving this gorgeous glossy finish behind. I wish you could feel it right now because the fact that it's like a cream / oil combination just makes it sink into the skin so much easier. Also, the packaging on this is stunning, and it's refillable. So you can just keep the same container and you can just keep refilling it. And I'm very excited that they just came out with an eye cream version of the Extreme Cream. I have been using this for the last week. I have to say, I think it might be my favorite eye cream right now, and that's kind of tough competition, but I love the thickness and the richness of this eye cream. It's the same type of formula as the Extreme Cream, so it feels super firming. This has peptides, amino acid, and paracress extract. This is the most potent anti-aging eye cream that's clinically proven to help with visible effects of aging on the eyes, sagging skin, wrinkles, and puffiness. It has peptides which visibly redensify your skin for a less puffy appearance, amino acids which visibly firm and lift the delicate eye and eyelid area, and paracress, which is nature's Botox, which visibly reduces wrinkles and smooths skin. Apply 360 degrees around the eye morning and night. I feel like this is like the eye cream I've been looking for. If you're looking for something lighter and airier, definitely go with the Dew Oracle Eye Gel. I actually did bring my face glaze with me. So this is the product I was talking about earlier. This is kind of what started it all. The other product I wanna mention, and I'm very sad that I do not have it with me. It was a huge mistake, but I'm gonna put it up here on the screen. It is the Dr. Dennis Gross Spectralight Facewear Pro. So this is my red LED light mask. I have been talking about this product ever since I started using it, which is at least 4 years ago now. She's a pretty penny, but I'll tell you what, I feel like it saves me from not feeling like I'm missing out because I'm not going and getting facials all the time. I kind of feel like I don't really need to as much because I have my red light mask. It is truly like a magic product, and nothing can really do what the red light mask does. It really helps to rebuild your collagen, and when I use this mask on a regular basis, I can absolutely tell the difference in my skin. I look refreshed, my skin looks more plump, it looks way more even. The key with anything like this is consistency, right? You wanna make sure that you're actually using it to get the benefits. I feel like you need to use this mask at least 3 times a week in order for you to see consistent benefits from the mask. The Dr. Dennis Gross mask also features a blue light for acne and a purple light, which is like a mix of both. Yeah. Okay, so those are all my skincare hits. We're moving on to makeup now. I have all my foundations and base products in this handy dandy little bag. The foundations I have to show you are all incredible, just know that. But I am going to start with my #1 foundation currently. Ever since I tried this damn foundation, I have been completely blown away. This is the Patrick Ta Major Skin Hydrolux Luminous Skin Perfecting Foundation. This is what I am wearing on my skin today. This foundation wears so gorgeously. In terms of a luminous foundation, I think this is one of the most gorgeous luminous foundations I've ever used, if not the most gorgeous. Patrick Ta is definitely on the more expensive side, but anytime I talk about an expensive product, just know that I think it's absolutely worth the money. Like, look at the finish on this foundation. It is absolutely unreal. I'm not wearing any highlighter, anything like that. This is just like the natural glow from the foundation. And of course the blush I'm wearing, which I'll get to. This sets down beautifully. It wears beautifully. It gives you what I like to call angel skin. I actually did a video like months and months ago, like dedicated to an angel skin look, all because of this foundation. Also, the Patrick Ta packaging, absolutely stunning. I think there are 3 foundations here that I'm gonna talk about. The next of which is the Say foundation. Again, this has been one of my favorite foundations ever since it dropped, and I quite frankly don't understand why more people don't talk about this foundation. And this is another one of those foundations where it never does me wrong. Like, anytime I wear this out, anytime I wear this on camera, my skin just looks perfect, you know, just like the Patrick Ta. And then we have a new addition to my favorite foundations, and that is the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Gel Tint. Also, just points for this fabulous packaging. I haven't liked a lot of their stuff. I've wanted to like it, I like their vibe, but I haven't really been in love with many of the products until this came along. It definitely has more substance than most skin tints I've ever used, and the wear on this, once again, phenomenal. Okay, so we're done with foundations, and now I'm moving on to one concealer recommendation, that's it. And that is the CeraCreal Face Flex Concealer. Y'all, this is perfection. Not only is this a concealer, you can also use this as a foundation as well. And I've heard that there is like a serum-like skincare product that you can mix the Face Flex into, and it gives you just a beautiful foundation situation. I don't have that product yet. I wanna get it, but just to try it out, I did that exact thing with my Dew Deliverance Serum. I mixed these together. I did that yesterday, and it was absolutely gorgeous. Talk about an amazing 2-in-1. If you're traveling, you could just bring this. It's tiny, and it could be your concealer and your foundation. Again, with like the gorgeous Art Deco packaging, the frosted glass. And I'm really excited because I can see in like the new products on Sephora that CeraCreal is coming out with a cream bronzer. Like, it looks so beautiful. And then I have one powder to mention because you guys know that like I'm always on the hunt for the perfect pro-choice pressed powder. I feel like there's so much loose powder out there, but very few brands come out with the pressed powder, which I don't understand. This is my favorite to date. This is the LYS Triple Fix Setting Powder, and I'm sorry to say that now this only comes in one shade. I feel like they're trying to phase this out, but they haven't phased out this shade yet. So my apologies to anyone who is not this shade, okay? But this is my shade. LYS, please, I'm on my hands and knees begging you, please bring back all the shades of this powder. I mean, I used it on my face today, and you can see my skin still has a gorgeous natural glow to it, but it also mattifies in all the places I want it to mattify. It just sets everything beautifully. Wow, I really am narrowing things down because I've got quite a few categories here that only have one recommendation in them. So my recommendation in terms of a bronzer / contour product is the Rare Beauty Soft Pinch Liquid Contour. I am blown away by this. And honestly, I was a little skeptical because while I do like their soft pinch blushes, I really do. I think they're beautiful. They are highly pigmented. And I know, a lot of people feel like they're too pigmented. I can definitely see that about that blush product. That is not the case with this contour bronzer. I have this in the lightest shade, and that's what I have on my face right now. I am very pale, so I really don't need a lot of bronzer. This is the perfect shade for me, and it's very cool toned as well. I was thinking, is this gonna be too cool toned? It's not. This is my favorite liquid cream bronzer product I think I've ever found. I don't wanna get through this video without mentioning the Fenty body sauce. This is another one of those products that I have talked about in every single Sephora sale video that I've ever done, I think, since this product came out. If this product ever goes away, I will cry a single tear because it is the best bronzing skin tint product I've ever found. I use it to mix it into foundation. I use it in the summertime to just give myself a little bit of a tan glow. It does a really good job of not transferring. I'm not saying if you're on a hot day wearing a thin white tank top and you're sweating your ass off, this isn't gonna transfer, okay? It's not bulletproof, but it comes as close as I think we can come. I feel like such a bronzed goddess when I wear this all over my neck and décolleté. I also want to mention this makes a fabulous eyeshadow. I actually have this on as an eyeshadow today. I know it looks like I'm wearing next to nothing, which is my favorite kind of eyeshadow look. I don't even have to set this with powder, which I thought I might have to do when I use it as an eyeshadow. One dot on each lid, blend it out with a fluffy brush, literally the perfect barely there eyeshadow. Okay, next moving on to brows. And again, I have one product in this category, and it is my Merit Brow 1980. This has replaced my Glossier Boy Brow. The Boy Brow, which I used to love, is just not enough pigment for me because I do like a little bit darker brow. This is in the shade dark brown, and I feel like it's just pigmented enough and it has enough hold, and I can layer it very easily that I feel like I don't have to use extra brow products, like a brow pencil and then a pomade. And I love that for me because any way I can just make my makeup routine easier, I'm all about. And my one mascara recommendation is still the Tower 28 mascara. Nothing has matched this. It is so good. I have it on today. I have it on almost in any video you'll ever see of me that I've done recently. But I feel like I would be remiss if, along with the mascara, I didn't talk about the other product that really makes a difference with my lashes, and that is my Grande Lash Serum. I started using this about 4 months ago, and it makes all the difference in the world. This is a must-have product for me because I am not a false lash gal. I am not an eyelash extension gal. I try both of those things, not a fan. So this is my go-to combo. Okay, next moving on to my favorite category, which is blush. This does not have only one product in it. I have several recommendations. First, I'm gonna start with what I'm wearing on my face right now. So these are the new Say Super Suede blushes. I have not gotten a chance to talk about these enough, but these are one of my favorite blush releases. A lot of my favorite blushes are cream and liquid blushes, but I've been waiting for next level powder blushes to come along, and this is obviously the season for that. These are such a beautiful formula, and I will say they are very different from, say, the Tower 28 blushes, which I'm also gonna get to here in a second. But I wanna point out that difference because those came out at about the same time. Very different formulas. The first shade I'm gonna talk about is the shade Mia. So that is the base of my blush. I put that all over my cheeks. And this is just a beautiful kind of rosy pink shade, beautifully universal. And you can see that there's almost a satin quality to this. This is an Italian baked blush. So it is a natural finish, but you can see it has a beautiful natural radiance to it. This is not a matte powder blush. And then on the money spot, on the apples of my cheeks, I go in with this stunner right here, which also happens to match my nails. This is Bella. This is a soft baby pink. My friend Chase actually describes this as putting cotton candy on your cheeks, and I think that is the perfect description. Moving on to the Tower 28 blushes. These are a proper matte blush, and I will say they are definitely a little bit more pigmented than the Say blushes. When I put each of these blushes on, I definitely use a different hand with each. I use a heavier hand with the Say blush because I I can kind of go in with abandon. And I use a lighter hand when I use the Tower 28 because, like I said, they're more pigmented. I actually did a dedicated video to these blushes where I try on every single blush, which I will put down below. So if you want to get more in depth with these blushes, definitely check that video out. But this shade right here is called Malibu Cooler, and this is closest to the shade Bella in the Say blushes. I brought my favorite Tower 28 shades with me, so it's definitely Malibu Cooler. Oh my God, I love Feliz Fresca. It is just like the perfect bright pink. But I think the most special shade in the Tower 28 blushes is one that really surprised me. I didn't necessarily think I would like this shade. This is called Long Beach Iced Tea. This is like one of those nuanced shades that when you put it on your skin, you just don't expect how it looks. These blushes give the most gorgeous blur to your skin, and this is like the perfect nude blush. Especially people who are maybe like a little bit more timid about blush, I think this is definitely the shade you should try from the Tower 28 blushes. So I have 3 cream liquid blush recommendations. First, I'm gonna start with my favorite, which are the Merit Flush Balms. This is the Merit Flush Balm in the shade Stockholm. My favorite thing to do is just boop, boop, put this on the apples of the cheeks, and it just gives your cheeks this like unreal, bouncy, light glaze of pigment. And I also brought one of my favorites of the new blush shades because they did a shade extension and came out with new Flush Balm shades. So this is Le Bon Bon. This applied just very lightly to the apples of the cheeks. Chef's kiss. Absolutely gorgeous. Merit Stockholm is very sheer, and this is quite pigmented for the Merit Flush Balms. Just to give you an idea of the difference, because not all of the Flush Balms are exactly the same. Next, I want to mention the Say Dew Blush. This is just a really gorgeous liquid blush formula. There is a sheerness to it. These are just really approachable. They blend out beautifully. And a blush that I haven't mentioned in a while. Somehow these kind of got swept to the side, but these are the LYS Glowy Cream Blushes. Oh, by the way, yesterday was 80 degrees in New York City in March. No, thank you. Yeah, hated it. But anyway, I wore this blush shade and was reminded how beautiful it is. Can you tell I'm like overwhelmed with pink blushes? So this is the shade Bubbly, and I also have the shade Focused, which I think is described as like a pink cinnamon, which is again a really like nuanced, unique cream blush shade. Okay, the next category we're getting to is lips, almost as beloved as blush, not quite, almost. And I'm gonna start with what I'm wearing on my lips. So this is a brand new release from Merit. Again, I did a deep dive dedicated video to these lip products. So if you wanna learn more about it, definitely check that video out. I try every single shade on for you. And that is the Merit Signature Lip Pencils and the Merit Shade Slick Sheens. So I'm gonna show you the shade combination I have on right now. And it's a brown shade combination. I know, shocking, because I don't normally gravitate toward the browns, but this is such a flattering combination. These are a sheer lip liner. They're so soft, they're so hydrating, they glide on beautifully. I am wearing the shade Sportif, which is a light brown shade, and sometimes I fill my lips in with these because they make a beautiful wash of color if you use these as basically like a lipstick that turns into a lip stain. I've been loving that as well, but today I just use this as a proper liner, kind of subtly overlining. It just gives me so much definition to my lips, but is so comfortable at the same time. So that is Sportif lining the lips. And these are the 4 shades of the Shade Slick Sheens. I went in with the browniest shade, and that is the shade Tabby. So they have 3 iterations of this Shade Slick formula, and this is the one I've been waiting for. The first formula they came out with, their OG Shade Slicks, drying and thin. Then they came out with the Shade Slick Gelées, which were a little bit more hydrating, and I did like, but it still wasn't like cushiony enough. It still wasn't quite perfect until they just released these a couple weeks ago. These are giving cushion, they're giving hydration, they're giving supple, they're giving plushes, and they do have like a pearlescent finish to them, which is just so damn flattering on every single person I've seen. So again, this is a shade Tabby. What's even going on? Like, that is absolutely gorgeous. And the fact that I can pair this with like a beautiful pink cheek, and it's still giving like a nude lip that I enjoy. Obsessed. Merit really just did the thing with this release, but honestly, like, is that a surprise? Because they're just nailing it to the damn ground at all times. You would think I have other lip products to mention from Sephora, but honestly, I really don't. These are what I've been wearing since they released. The other lip products that I wear all the damn time are the Rhode Peptide lip tints, which will be available at Sephora. We don't know when, but hopefully sometime this year. And before I go, I want to mention 2 blush brushes that I think are perfection. First is the blush brush that I will never stop talking about. This is the Rare Beauty Soft Pinch Blush Brush. There is no blush that this brush cannot do right by. This is pretty much the only brush you'll catch me using when it comes to a liquid or cream blush. And this is a newer addition for me. This was sent to me when Say sent me their Super Suede blushes. This is their blush brush, and this is perfect for me. I love the shape of it. I love the size of it. I feel like it fits my cheeks perfectly. This is just a really solid, affordable blush brush option, and I've been using it nonstop when I've been putting on powder blushes. Okay guys, that wraps up this video. I hope this is helpful. These are like my tippy top cream of the crop recommendations. As I said, all of these products are going to be linked down below in the description box. You guys are the best. Please stay safe out there, and cheers till next time.